ever wondered why some motorcycles become legends while others quietly disappear? It isn't always about having the most horsepower or the latest technology. Sometimes it's about building a machine that riders genuinely trust. And that's exactly why so many motocross enthusiasts still talk about Suzuki's RM-Z250. Even after years of fierce competition from rival manufacturers, this bike continues to have a loyal following because of its sharp handling, predictable power, and race-ready personality. But what if Suzuki decided it was finally time to give this legendary motocross machine the modern evolution it deserves? Imagine a lighter chassis, a more refined engine, improved suspension, and just enough technology to make it even faster without losing the character that riders have loved for years. Welcome back to Us Rider. Today we're taking a deep dive into the possible 2027 Suzuki RM-Z250, exploring its history, the upgrades riders hope to see, and why this could become one of Suzuki's most exciting motocross bikes yet. And make sure you stay until the end because the biggest improvement might not be what most people are expecting. The RM-Z250 has always occupied a special place in Suzuki's motocross lineup. While other manufacturers often focused on chasing bigger performance numbers, Suzuki concentrated on something equally important: building a motorcycle that inspired confidence. That philosophy helped the RM-Z earn respect from amateur racers, weekend riders, and professionals alike. Motocross is one of the toughest environments any motorcycle can face. Every jump, every rut, every corner, and every landing pushes both rider and machine to the limit. That's why balance is often more valuable than outright power. The RM-Z250 became known for exactly that. Riders praised its ability to carve through corners, remain stable over rough terrain, and deliver power in a smooth, controllable way. Personally, I think that's one reason this motorcycle has remained so popular. A bike that gives riders confidence often becomes faster than one that's simply more powerful. When you're comfortable attacking corners and landing jumps, your lap times naturally improve. If Suzuki were to introduce an updated RM-Z250 for 2027, the design would almost certainly receive a significant refresh while keeping the unmistakable identity that has defined the RM-Z family for years. The iconic champion yellow bodywork would likely remain, but the overall styling could become slimmer, sharper, and more aerodynamic. Redesigned radiator shrouds could improve rider movement, while a flatter seat and narrower side panels would make it easier to shift body position during aggressive riding. A lighter rear subframe and revised front fender could further reduce weight while giving the motorcycle a cleaner, more modern appearance. Personally, I hope Suzuki doesn't overcomplicate the styling. One thing I've always appreciated about the RM-Z lineup is that every component looks purposeful. It doesn't rely on flashy wings or unnecessary design elements. It simply looks like a motorcycle built for racing. Now let's talk about the engine. The current 249 cubic centimeters liquid-cooled four-stroke single-cylinder engine already delivers impressive performance. But a next-generation version could feature revised intake and exhaust systems, lighter internal components, updated fuel injection, and more advanced ECU mapping. These refinements could improve throttle response, broaden the power band, and make acceleration even more predictable. Rather than chasing class-leading horsepower, I think Suzuki should continue focusing on usable performance. Motocross isn't about producing the biggest dyno number. It's about delivering power in a way that allows riders to exit corners faster, maintain traction, and stay consistent throughout an entire race. That's where the RM-Z has always stood out. The chassis could also see meaningful improvements. A lighter aluminum frame with revised rigidity could improve both stability and agility. Better mass centralization would make the motorcycle feel more responsive in the air while remaining planted through rough corners. Suspension is another area where Suzuki could make one of its biggest gains. Updated fully adjustable Showa forks and a revised rear shock could provide better bump absorption, improved landing stability, and greater traction over braking bumps and rutted turns. Personally, I believe suspension improvements often make a bigger difference than engine upgrades. Riders can only use horsepower if the motorcycle stays composed over challenging terrain, and great suspension gives them the confidence to ride at their absolute best. Braking performance would likely improve through larger wave rotors, lighter calipers, and enhanced brake feel. Better braking allows riders to attack corners later while maintaining complete control. Technology would probably continue evolving as well. Multiple engine maps, launch control, and smartphone tuning could become part of the package, giving riders more flexibility without making the motorcycle unnecessarily complicated. One thing I genuinely hope Suzuki avoids is adding electronics simply for the sake of marketing. The RM-Z has always been appreciated because it's straightforward and rider-focused. Technology should support the rider, not distract from the riding experience. Weight reduction would almost certainly remain another major priority. Lighter wheels, optimized engine components, and revised chassis construction could make the motorcycle noticeably easier to flick through corners and control during long motos. Today's 250 motocross class is more competitive than ever before. Every manufacturer continues refining engines, frames, suspension, and electronics. That means Suzuki has an opportunity to remind riders exactly why the RM-Z became such a respected name in the first place. If Suzuki gets the balance right, the 2027 RM-Z250 wouldn't need to become the most powerful motorcycle in the class. It would simply need to remain one of the easiest motorcycles to ride fast. As for pricing, if Suzuki introduced a significantly updated model, a realistic starting price would likely fall between $8,800 and $9,800, positioning it competitively within the premium 250 cubic centimeters motocross segment. Now let's come back to the surprise I mentioned at the beginning. I said the biggest improvement might not be the engine, and I still believe that's true. The biggest upgrade could actually be rider confidence. If Suzuki builds a motorcycle that's lighter, more predictable, better suspended, and easier to control, riders will naturally become faster. Confidence creates consistency, and consistency wins races. That's something no specification sheet can fully measure, but every experienced motocross rider understands. Personally, that's exactly the direction I'd like to see Suzuki take with the next generation RM-Z250. Now I'd love to hear your thoughts. If Suzuki officially revealed the 2027 RM-Z250 tomorrow, what upgrade would excite you the most? More power, improved suspension, less weight, or smarter technology? Let me know in the comments below because I genuinely like to hear your opinion. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to Acer Rider, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest motorcycle stories, realistic concept discussions, and future bike reviews. Before we wrap up, here's an important disclaimer. The 2027 Suzuki RM-Z250 discussed in this video has not been officially announced by Suzuki. This concept is based on the RM-Z's legacy, current industry trends, enthusiast expectations, publicly available information, my personal opinions, and AI-assisted creative visualization for entertainment and discussion purposes only. Until next time, ride safe, keep chasing the perfect lap, and keep your passion for motocross alive.